Hello, this is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. If you could hit that like button for me, I'd really appreciate it. I was able to get a hold of a copy of the newly released probable cause affidavit in the murders of Spencer and Monique Tepe. The accused is Michael David Mckee, and this is a newly unsealed probable cause affidavit. And let's go over it right now. I haven't read it yet. So on December 30th, 2025 at 9:57 a.m., Columbus Police Patrol officers were dispatched to 1411 North 4th Street on a check on the well-being of a Dr. Spencer Tepe who had not shown up for work. Now, we always thought he was supposed to be at work at around 7, and he wasn't there, and that's what made them a little bit nervous. Now, I've always thought that the people that he works with knew about threats, and that is why they were so anxious to get a hold of police so quickly after he didn't show up, and were even more concerned that they couldn't get a hold of the wife, Monique. If you remember, that's what the owner of the dental practice that Spencer works at said. He said it's more concerning they couldn't get a hold of the wife, and to me, that absolutely indicated that they were aware of circumstances. So let's keep reading here. So it's 1411 North 4th Street. Police were dispatched there for a welfare check, and that was to be on Dr. Spencer Tepe, who had not shown up for work. Officers arrived and found Dr. Tepe and his wife Monique Tepe deceased inside, suffering from gunshot wounds. 2 minor children were found inside the home unharmed. Columbus Fire Medic number 7 responded and pronounced both victims deceased at 10:11 a.m. Columbus Police Homicide Unit Team 2 was advised, responded, and initiated an investigation. Early on in the investigation, detectives were advised by identifiable friends and family of Monique Tepe, and Monique had told them her ex-husband, Dr. Michael D. Mckee, had been abusive and had made numerous threats on her life during and after their marriage. Wow, that's creepy. An identifiable witness told detectives that Monique Tepe had shared an allegation against Michael Tepe of forced, unwanted sex and of strangulation. Man, that is a whole new ballgame right there. Different level there. Another identifiable witness told detectives that Michael D. Mckee had told Monique that he could kill her at any time and would find her and buy the house right next to her, that she will always be his wife. Man, absolutely obsessed. During the investigation, detectives were able to identify a suspect through neighborhood video surveillance. The suspect was tracked to a vehicle which arrived just prior to the homicides and left shortly after the homicides. Video of the vehicle and very distinct features allowed detectives to identify both a stolen Ohio license as well as an Arizona license being displayed on it at different times. Wow, so he really was trying to evade capture. That's something we didn't know either. Further searches showed this vehicle to be associated with a past address of Michael Mckee, as well as his current work address in Rockford. And that's in Rockford, Illinois. Additional video was obtained and showed Mckee in possession of the vehicle prior to and after the homicides. And I guess right now we still don't know if that's his vehicle or a rental. Let's see. The suspect was tracked to a vehicle which arrived just prior to the homicide. So they followed him physically, after the homicides and before. They can track it back on surveillance to the vehicle. A video of the vehicle and a very distinctive features allowed detectives to identify both a stolen Ohio license as well as an Arizona license being displayed on it at different times. Further searches showed this vehicle to be associated with a past address of Michael Mckee. Okay, so that right there, I think indicates that it's probably his vehicle. at that point, as well as his current work address. So that vehicle is associated with his home and current work address. All right, so we have that dialed in. All right, so here's another portion of the affidavit. Detectives also recovered video of the same suspect entering the curtilage of 1411 North 4th Street on December 6th. Man, that's so the murders happened on December 30th. So that means he was there 24 days prior. And on that incident, he, let's see, it says, and exiting a few hours later. So he was there in that area for a few hours. These dates are consistent with video recovered of the silver SUV and are consistent with dates which Michael D. Mckee was not on the schedule at St. Anthony's Hospital. Wow. On January 9th, 2026, detectives seized the silver SUV bearing the Arizona Tempe tag from a lot at St. Anthony Hospital, Rockford, Illinois, where Michael D. Mckee works. Detectives noticed fresh scrape marks on the window where the sticker, which had been on the vehicle prior to the homicides, had been hastily removed. So he wanted to remove any identifiable marks that might show up on surveillance. During the time of the homicides, Michael Mckee's phone had been left at St. Anthony Hospital in Rockford, Illinois. Now, I had said on one of the shows that I think it's possible he just left his phone back at home, but apparently he left it at the hospital, and it showed no activity for approximately 17 hours from December 29th, 2025 until after 12 p.m. on December 30th, 2025. More recently, while Monique and Spencer Tepe were at the Big Ten Championship game in Indiana on December 6, 2025, with several other couples, Monique went back to her hotel room early in the second half. When identifiable friends asked Spencer why Monique had left the game, he told them she was upset about something involving her ex-husband and was going back to the hotel. Man, I mean, that is absolutely creepy stuff right there. So obviously we'll be talking about this later on the show this evening. So if you want to come by Grant Hughes Investigates and check it out, that would be awesome. If you could share this video, that would be great. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.